So what I have done is, from traditional sources, I've compiled prayers that I am going to share with you today on how to do Dorje Shugden's practice. And it's very short and very easy. And I'm going to go through it with you. So I have a blog post, posted, and you can see the link to it below this live streaming. You can see it's pinned to the top. And if you click on that, if you click on the link, you'll go to the blog post that has the prayer that we can do for Dorje Shugden every single day. All right. So how do we start out? If it's comfortable, then it'd be nice to have a nice shrine made to Dorje Shugden here, as I have shown you by example here. And the shrine contains, on this particular shrine, contains on the highest point, the main point is Buddha Shakyamuni, the historical Buddha, who is the Buddha of our time, who is the Buddha who turned the wheel of the 84,000 dharmas, and the one that created and that manifested teachings that created all the other Buddhas that we have. So this is Buddha Shakyamuni in the center. And on the right is the founder of the Reformed Kadampa school and who holds primarily Nagarjuna's view, Lama Tsongkhapa or Buddha Tsongkhapa. And on the left here, my left, this is left, on the right is, the lotus-born one, Guru Padmasambhava, Guru Rinpoche, who was very kind to subdue many obstacles in Tibet and brought many Dharma to Tibet 1,000 years ago. So Dharma can flourish. In front of that, you can see a small image of Dorje Shugden. All right. So I have Buddha Shakyamuni, I have Lama Tsongkhapa, I have Guru Rinpoche, and I have Dorje Shugden. So these are the Buddhas I have here. And you don't have to have this exact altar. You can have something similar, or you can have any image. You can have Tara, you can have Chenrezig, Avalokiteshvara, you can have Vajrapani, Manjushri, anything. This is just a sample for you. And then I have the Sirkim, the black tea ritual for Dorje Shugden here. You can see here, this is called a Sirkim set. And I also have the sensory offerings front here. The two waters, the water for drinking. The second one is water for the feet. The third one is flowers. The next one is incense for smell. The next one is candle or light. The next one is perfume, which is represented by the water. The next one is food, and the next one is pleasant sound. So those are the sensory offerings for the 5 senses. And in front, it's just plain water. The water is yellow is because we highlight it with saffron. We offer saffron into it. So you can have the sensory offerings like that, and then you can have a set of water, or you can have just the sensory offerings, or you can have just the water. I repeat, you can have both or more than this. The more, the better. You can have you can have both, or you can have just the sensory offerings. Why is it called the sensory offerings? Because it's offerings to the senses. By making offerings of the senses, one cuts off attachment that is related to sensors. One cuts off the attachment. So by offering offerings of the senses to the Buddhas, we create the karma and the merit to cut off attachment that's related to the senses. So that's here. And then we have plain water. Water offerings were recommended to us by the great master Sri Dipankara Atisha. Atisha taught Tibetans to make water offerings to the 3 jewels and Buddha. So you can have both. You can have one or the other. It's up to you. You can have more candles. Make sure it's safe. You can have flowers. You can have incense. You can have whatever you like. You can have more than this or less. It's up to you. So this is your personal shrine. The shrine can be in your bedroom if you don't have space. It can be in a room of its own. It can be in a living room, anywhere you like. You can keep it clean. You can wipe it. You can move it. You can do whatever you like. You can offer the offerings in the morning, clean it in the evening. You can offer it in the evening, clean it in the morning. You can offer it and you can offer it now, and a few hours later you can have it clean. It just depends on your schedule. There's no hard and fast rule. The Buddhas always accept your offerings that's from your heart as and when you like. And then you can, what I have here is black rice. The black rice just looks nicer with the bowls. With the white rice look kind of loud. So I like things aesthetically beautiful. And so the apple, when you offer, you can use the apple for a few days as offering, or you can use it daily. After that, you can take the apple and you can eat it as a blessing. You can give it to your children. The water you can drink, or you can use for cooking, or you can put it on flowers or plants. Okay, you can change it every single day. So this is a nice, simple offering altar that you can use with the Buddhas, any Buddha. You can even have a picture of just your teacher, just your guru. All right. So you can have just the Buddha and nobody else. You can have just Dorje Shugden. Up to you. And Buddhas, whatever Buddhas you put together is beautiful and perfect, because Buddhas don't fight with each other. Buddhas don't have conflict. They don't get jealous of each other, and they don't have competition with each other. What you put there is your personal affinity. So Buddha Shakyamuni, Lama Tsongkhapa, Guru Rinpoche, Lama Dorje Shugden. In front of that is the sensory offerings for the senses. And then you have the water offerings here. And then over here you have a sirkin for Dorje Shugden's black tea offering. Black tea offering is called sirkin. And then you have flowers in the front. And this is just a simple little altar to show everyone what an altar looks like. And also, if you're not able to afford statues or have statues obtained, that's okay. On tsemrinpoche.com, the website, I provided you with many very high resolution pictures of different Buddhas and protectors and Dorje Shugden and enlightened beings that you can print out for free. I don't charge people for those. I have sponsored hundreds of tankas, brocade paintings, and of different traditions, and I've uploaded them on my website for people to download. For the reason is because a lot of people cannot afford posters. And even if the posters or pictures of the Buddhas are affordable, the shipping costs are very expensive. And to help people defray their expenses, because times are hard in many places, I have provided a lot of free downloads of Buddhas, Yidams, protectors, Dorje Shugden. So you can go on my website and you can download whatever you want and share it and print it out. They can print out to 16 by 24 big posters. It's all for free. All right. So this is a shrine that has statues. I have set up another shrine for you that is no statues, and it can be just printed images. If we move over here to this other side, you can take a look. We're going to pan it over. All right. And there it is. So this one has no statues. This is for someone who maybe doesn't want statues or cannot afford statues or don't have space for statues or don't understand what it is. This is a shrine that is just printed. So I have these images. On the left is Buddha Shakyamuni in Byzantine style. I have commissioned this painting. And the person at the bottom offering incense to him is a great disciple of Buddha's. Her name is Magadha Sangmo. So Magadha Sangmo is offering incense to the Buddha. And that's Buddha Shakyamuni on the left. On the right is Dorje Shugden. And I have scanned these paintings in, and they are on the website. So you can print it out. So you can have just a print and frame it and put it on your shrine or add it to whatever you have on your shrine already. And then in front, you have the same thing. You can see on the right in front of Dorje Shugden is a bluish glass. That is a sirkim. You don't have to use the Tibetan traditional sirkim. You can just put black tea or tea in a glass. And then you can see the offering, sensory offerings in the front, and then a set of waters and some flowers and incense. So this is another type of altar you can have. These are just ideas, but you're not restricted to having just these altars. These are just ideas. So it's an altar with statues, and it's another altar with no statues, and we print out items from wherever you are. And I just hope that you will print out enlightened beings images and put on your shrine in your homes to bless your homes, bless your family, bless your pets, bless the environment, and chase away negative energy. All right. So once you have your shrine set up, then you can proceed to the actual prayers that I have compiled for you. And those are not very long. And I'll go through with you. And then maybe I'll answer a few questions if there are, and then we're done. Okay? This whole live streaming is for people around the world who have a lot of problems or have problems. And they may not have a spiritual mentor nearby. They may not have a Dharma center nearby. They may not have someone they can consult. Or maybe it's too far for them, or they're not able to. So this live streaming is for people around the world who need spiritual help, protection, some guidance, some love, some prayers that they can do at home for free, without signing up anything, without joining anything, without being a part of anything. They can do right here. So this live streaming is for people around the world who really don't have a teacher, or their teacher has passed away, or it's too far, or they don't have access to a Dharma center. They don't know how to get rid of or bless or expel negative energy or occult beings. They are having financial problems, health problems, spiritual problems. They're having issues. They're having difficulties, illness, whatever they have. Then I'm offering this to everybody, that they can do this prayer, and they can do it every day consistently to invoke upon the energy of Dorje Shugden to help them solve their problems. Because I wish all of you to overcome your problems and to have a happy life and to have a positive spiritual journey. That's what I'm hoping. That is my motivation for doing this. So what we'll start we'll start by reciting refuge. I take refuge in the Guru, I take refuge in the Buddha, I take refuge in the Dharma, I take refuge in the Sangha. We recite that 3 times. The next one we recite is generating bodhicitta. Alright? And this prayer is in that block site. This prayer is in this block site. And you can download it for free. It's in PDF form. Okay? Next one would be, in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, until enlightened, I seek refuge. Through giving and other perfections to aid all, may I become a Buddha. Recite that 3 times. Then the next one is, may all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering, the cause of suffering. May all sentient beings never be parted from happiness, free of suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from bias, attachment, and aversion. Okay? Now, first we take refuge in the Buddha. If you're not Buddhist, you don't have to take refuge. You can take refuge in whatever you believe in. You can take refuge in Krishna. You can take refuge in Jesus. You can take refuge in Mother Mary. You can take refuge in Durga. You can take refuge in whatever you believe in. To practice Dorje Shugden, you don't have to be a Buddhist. You don't have to convert. You don't have to change your religion. You don't have to change who you are, because enlightened beings are not bound by labels of what we label ourselves. They are not bound by the boundaries we make for ourselves, and people make boundaries using religion. So enlightened beings do not see boundaries. They see your suffering. They have great compassion. They wish to help you. Okay? So the first one is so when you do this prayer, you don't have to be a Buddhist. You don't have to be Gelugpa. You don't have to be a Nyingma. You don't have to be anything. You can be just a person who needs help. All right? And you can do it with all your other prayers every single day as and when you like. Now, you take refuge, then you take bodhicitta, you generate bodhicitta, then the 4 immeasurables. After that, you do a praise to Buddha Shakyamuni. And it goes like this. O Blessed One, Shakyamuni Buddha, precious treasure of compassion, bestower of supreme inner peace, you who love all beings without exception, are the source of happiness and goodness, and you guide us to the liberating path. Your body is a wish-fulfilling jewel, your speech is supreme purifying nectar, and your mind is refuge for all living beings. With folded hands, I turn to you, supreme unchanging friend. I request from the depths of my heart. Please give me the light of your wisdom to dispel the darkness of your mind and to heal my mental continuum. Please nourish me with your goodness, that I in turn may nourish all beings with unceasing banquet of delight. Through your compassionate intention, your blessings and virtuous deeds, and my strong wish to rely upon you, may all suffering quickly cease, and all happiness and joy be fulfilled, and may all holy Dharma flourish forevermore. That was composed by Geshe Kelsang Gyatso, which is very beautiful. After you recite that prayer to Shakyamuni, you recite this mantra 7 or more times, depending on how much time you have. Om Muni Muni Ma Muni Shakyamuni Ye Soha. 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 There are many versions of Shakyamuni's mantra. This is one version. Then you can recite Lama Tsongkhapa's name mantra. Om A Guru Benzadara Sumati Kijisidi Hong Hong. Om A Guru Benzadara Sumati Kijisidi Hong Hong. Om A Guru Benzadara Sumati Kijisidi Hong Hong. Om A Guru Benzadara Sumati Kirti Siddhi Hong Hong. Om A Guru Benzadara Sumati Kijisidi 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 Hong Hong. Then you can recite more if you have time. Then you can recite Guru Rinpoche's mantra. Om Ahum Benza Guru Padma Siddhi Hom. 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 So then after that, you have invoked the blessings of Buddha, Lama Tsongkhapa, and Guru Rinpoche, who represents all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and deities. Then you see these offerings that we have set out here. The sirkim, the candles, the flowers, the sensory offerings in water. You see all these offerings. We have to consecrate these offerings. There are many methods to consecrate it, but we're going to do the sutra way, the simpler way for the general lay person. So you can recite the following offering mantra to purify the offerings. There are many ways to pronounce it. You can pronounce it more Sanskrit or more Tibetan. I'm going to do the Tibetan pronunciation because that's where I got from my teachers, but you can pronounce it more Sanskrit if you wish. So this is what you recite to bless the offerings. Oma Namo Bhagavate Benza Sawa Pamadane Tadagataya Arhate Samyasam Buddhaya Teyada Om Benza Benza Maha Benza Maha Teja Benza Maha Vidya Benza Maha Bodhi Chita Benza Maha Bodhi Mando Pasam Kramana Benza Sawa Kama Avarane Vishudane Benza Soha. Okay? You can recite that once, twice, or 3 times, and you should think all the offerings are pure and clear and very purified. And that when the Buddhas see these offerings, they don't see them as small little amounts, but they're actually very large, huge amounts to fill up the space. And when the Buddhas see them, they generate great bliss, they generate great wisdom, and they remove a lot of negative karma associated with miserliness from our continuum. They remove a lot of karma, it's purified, related to miserliness in this and previous lives. So we should think that the blessings for the offering to the Buddhas are purified after we recite that mantra. Then we go next to inviting Dorje Shugden. All right? Oma Ahom, Oma Ahom, Oma Ahom. Dorje Shugden is said to abide in the 5 peaks of Manjushri, which is a holy place in China, in Tashi Longpo Monastery belonging to His Holiness Panchen Lama, in Ganden Monastery, in Sakya Mokchuk, in the great Sakya Temple of Tibet, of the Sakya tradition. He is said to abide also in Shambhala, which is the mystical place associated with Kala Chakra in the Himalayas, and Kichara, which is the holy place of Vajrayogini and Hiruka. All right? So he is said to abide in these places all together and simultaneously. So when we do his invocation, we're inviting him from these holy places to our presence. So the invocation is this. Home. Before myself is a Yidam deity in the midst of a wind-swept dark red fire. On a terrifying, magnificent lion, trampling enemies and obstructors on a lotus in the sun is our supreme heart jewel Dhammapala. Here, trembling enemies and obstructors is referring to ignorance, hatred, desire, jealousy, anger. That is our enemies and obstructors. Okay? And Dorje Shugden tramples on these. Then it says here, Mighty Gyalchin Dorje Shugden, adorned with robes of a monk on his body, wearing the golden domed hat on his head, holding raised a sword and enemy heart in his hands, with a manner of delight towards the practitioner, and a fierce expression which destroys enemies and obstructors. He is surrounded by an ocean-like host of retinue, such as his chief attendant, Kache Mapo. Raise the light from my heart and invite from the natural sphere and the individual palaces wherever they abide, the wisdom beings who are in one instant are invited and become inseparable with the commitment beings. By reciting this, you have invoked the presence of Dorje Shugden, and you should feel he's in front of you, and he is looking at you and smiling and very happy with you. You should think that. All right? If you are adept in using the rituals, such as Vajra and bell and Damaru, at this time you can ring your bell and Damaru with music accompanying his coming. You offer up the music. It's just like when a dignitary comes, you play it's a marching band kind of thing. All right. So if you don't have any ritual instruments, it's okay. You just recite that and you welcome him here, because you have prepared the offerings and all that and incense. So you're welcoming here. The next thing is you recite home with devotion. With devotion, I prostrate with body, speech, and mind and make offerings, both outer and inner, with flowers, incense, and light, perfume, food, and sacred substances. Collections of tormas, strong drinks, tea, buttered tsampa, milk, and yogurt, actually arranged and mentally visualized, filling the whole of space. Samaya substances, fulfillment substances, basal substances, and mantric substances, outer, inner, and secret, favorite visual objects, and fragrant smoke offerings. With my offering of these filling the space, O entourage, may you be satisfied and restore degenerated commitments. So the first one is offering obeisance with body, speech, and mind and making offerings. The second one is purifying the negative karma we have committed. The third one is all of our mistaken actions of body, speech, and mind, which have contradicted the mind of the great Dhammapala. Dharmapala is a Sanskrit word for Dharma Protector. So this refers to Dorje Shugden. Which have contradicted the mind of the great Dhammapala, we confess from the heart, quickly purify them, and care for us with compassion like a mother for her child. So we're asking Dorje Shugden to forgive our transgresses, but still take care of us as a mother for her child in that sort of compassion. This heartfelt exhortation of you, Supreme Deity, is to spread and increase victorious Losang's tradition, to extend the life and dominion of the glorious gurus, and to increase and study the practice of communities of Sangha. Never be separated from me like a body in its shadow. May you dispel adverse conditions and obstructors without exception. Accomplish favorable conditions and desires as I wish, and protect and care for me without ever a break. Now, let's go back 2 paragraphs where it says here, this is a heartfelt exhortation, Supreme Deity, is to spread and increase a victorious Losang tradition. The Karmakajus have a special protector of their lineage that they ask to spread the Karmakaju lineage. The Drikung Kajus have a special protector to spread the Drikung lineage. The Sakyas have the same, and so on and so on. So in this one, since the person who composed this was a Gelugpa practitioner, he's requesting Dorje Shugden to spread victorious Losang's tradition. Losang is Tsongkhapa's tradition. But instead of thinking only Losang's tradition, we have to think all of Buddha's tradition, all lineages, all practices. So this applies to all lineages and all practices. All right, so let's go down again to where we were. We've already read this heartfelt exhortation of you, Supreme Deity, is to spread and increase the victorious Losang's tradition, to extend the life and dominion of the glorious gurus, and to increase the studying practice communities of Sangha. Never be separated from me like a body in its shadow. May you dispel adverse conditions and obstructors without exception. Accomplish favorable conditions and desires as I wish, and protect and care for me without ever a break. Especially the time has come now to show directly your unobstructed might in quick, decisive, enlightened conduct. Of the 4 activities to swiftly accomplish our deepest heartfelt desires according to our wishes. The time has come to judge the truth in accord with the law of causality. The time has come to clear the innocent of accusations. The time has come to protect the humble who are without protector. The time has come to nurture Dharma practitioners like your children. In short, from now until attaining the essence of enlightenment. Since we venerate you as the embodiment of the Guru and the Protector, may you protect us uninterruptedly with your enlightened activity and watch over us during the 3 periods of the day and the 3 periods of the night. Then we make offerings of the sensory offerings by reciting the next mantra once. Oma Dhamma Pala Maha Renza Benza Bega Wa Ruja Benza Kula Sabariwara Agon Pa Tien Pu Be Du Be Aloke Gende Nuende Shabda Pratita Soha. So when we recite that mantra, we have made the offering and sensory offerings to the 3 jewels and Dorje Shugden. And don't worry if when you recite these mantras, you sound like you're ordering pizza at an Italian restaurant. Nobody can recite these mantras perfectly and with perfect pronunciation if you're not a certain dialect in Tibetan. So when you're reciting this and your spouse or your children think you're ordering pizza, just say, I'm not ordering pizza, I'm ordering blessings from Dorje Shugden. So people always say, what happens, Rinpoche, if I don't recite the mantra perfectly? Do I still get the blessing? I say, of course you get the blessing. Dorje Shugden is not so petty that if you recite it wrong, he won't bless you. All right? So let's say that your mantra sounds like this. Om Badi Bulu Bala Bulu Tapo Balo Katuba Tubalo Ubarupi. Will Dorje Shugden understand your unique pronunciation of the mantra of offering? Of course he will. He's Manjushri. You see, it's not so much how well you pronounce the mantra. It's how sincere you are. Sincerity is the key. Okay? So, if you pronounce the mantra completely wrong or off key or off pronunciation, the effect is still there if you're sincere. The next one is the inner offering. If you have the inner offering, if you don't, you just simply recite it. Oma Dhamma Pala Maha Renza Benza Bega Wa Ruja Benza Kula Sabari Wara Oma Ahong. If you have the inner offering, you take some and you flick it, offer it to Dorje Shugden. If you don't have to worry, just recite it. Then the next one is praise. By just recollecting you for an instant, outer and inner obstructions are dispelled. O powerful 5 families of Gyalchen Shugden, bestower of the 4 activities through the Dhamma Pala and his entourage, I bow down. So, the invitation, the 7 limbs, or the 7 limb-ish, and also making offerings, sensory offerings are complete. And then there's a little prayer that I composed for everyone to do that is more modern and today and maybe even a little bit more relatable. So this is a daily request for wealth, peace, and protection. I repeat, a daily request for wealth, peace, and protection. And it goes like this, which is available on the website. In the heavens, there are myriad manifestations of the divine. All those manifestations specifically show us different aspects of divinity in order to be of benefit to all living beings. All the Rupakaya forms of the divine have compassion, skillful means, and wisdom. We invoke upon them whether we are happy, sad, down, lost, fulfilled, confused, empty, and during the whole range of emotions we constantly experience due to an untrained mind. Understanding our nature, great wisdom being Dorje Shugden. Therefore, all the more so, please hold us close to your bosom as an only child to a parent. Through the manifestations of the divine, though the manifestations of the divine need no offerings and gifts from us, we offer you Supreme Manjushri Dorje Shugden, a libation of tea, incense, and mantras, in order to ask you to bless us to be part of our lives, to abide in our dwellings, and to give us signs, omens, and portents of good and bad. When negative arises, quell them immediately. Please increase the positive for my weary and worn mind as I lay hopes in you. When difficulties, problems, and confusions arise, we ask you, who is but the culmination of all that is powerful, holy, and omniscient, to bless myself, family, loved ones, environment, and even my pets. May I see wisdom, find hope, and be at peace. I request you, O divine Bhagawan Dorje Shugden, who wears a round dome hat and the 3 robes of a saffron bhikshu, who wields a sword of liberty, justice, and wisdom, and clutches a wish-fulfilling jewel, who rides on a supreme line of subjugation of all that is negative, to fulfill my wishes. I understand my wishes may not be the best, so I surrender to your wisdom for the outcome, though it may not be what I have in mind. I repeat, I understand my wishes may not be the best, so I surrender to your wisdom for the outcome, though it may not be what I have in mind. Please bless myself and everyone that we may enter into the supreme city of liberation. Great Bhagawan Dorje Shugden, I request you sincerely from my heart to be a part of my life. Bless my home and grant me wisdom, solace, and comfort, that I might be of service to others without agenda, and that I may focus out onto others and not be fixated on myself, creating more problems for all that I hold dear. Bless me to be kinder, wiser, more compassionate, tolerant, and very forgiving to all those who hurt and love me. In order to become close to you, Dorje Shugden, we must surrender the banal. We must abandon fixed views, projections, and rigidity. Lastly, in my final moment, when I leave this plane of existence, only the positive actions I have done will matter, as everything and everyone will be left behind. Let me realize this and act upon this now. And this crucial moment, please may I have a vision of yourself, the powerful, merciful Dorje Shugden, to take me to where I may course in the sky to continue my journey of spiritual waxing. I offer you saffron-colored tea and my faith to fulfill my prayers and gain siddhis. By reciting your mantra, may healing, peace, love, long life, protection, and perfect view of shunyata arise. Then at this time, depending on how much time you have, you recite Dorje Shugden's mantra. If you have a rosary, you may use it. If you don't, you can just recite it. And you can use the rosary in your left hand or your right hand. And you can hold it on your first finger, second finger, third, or fourth. It doesn't matter. First finger represents peaceful attainments. Second finger is increase. Third finger is control attainments. And the last finger is wrathful attainments. So for most people, you use the finger that you like and you're comfortable, and you pull the beads towards you. It's like you're pulling the blessings towards you. So you will be pulling, you recite one mantra per bead. Some people are very entertaining. They recite one mantra and they go 5 beads. I found that very entertaining. I thought, oh, that's a unique way. But usually it's one mantra, one bead, one mantra, one bead. Okay. And then when you get to the head, some people say, oh, I can't cross over it because it's bad luck. I was saying, you can cross over it. Okay. So some people get to the end, they go, Om benzo wiki bitnaso, 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 Om benzo wiki bitnaso. Then they do a big procedure, turn around and go like that because they can't go over it because it's bad luck. I don't know who taught them that because I've never seen that. But in reality, you can go over it. It's just a counter. There's nothing in here. There's no relic, nothing. It's just a counter. So you recite Om benzo wiki bitnaso, 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 108 per mala, rosary. And then if you want to continue, you continue Om benzo wiki bitnaso. So for today, because time is short, we'll recite it 21 times. Om benzo wiki bitnaso, 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 Om benzo wiki bitnaso ha. Then you've concluded. All right. If you wish to do retreat, you can do this whole compilation 2 or 3 times a day. And when you come to the mantra part, you can do extra of the mantra to collect the amount that you like. It would be nice to do these mantras about 100,000 a year. You can take time to do it slowly because it's quite easy. It's short. So when you're doing the retreat, let's say that you set aside 7 days to do it. You can do 4 sessions a day. You can do morning. Then you can do afternoon, evening, late evening. And then at each session, you do the whole puja and then you recite the mantra. At the mantra part, you can collect, you can record how much you have recited up to 100,000. If you can't do 100,000, you do as much as you can. And then, do you have to do the mantra in accordance with this puja? No. You can do the mantra separate of it as and when you feel comfortable. You can do it while you're watching TV. You can do it while you're on a bus. You can do it when you're going for a walk. You can do it to bless your pets. It's wonderful to recite these mantras and bless your pets. Shakyamuni's mantra, Guru Rinpoche's mantra, Tsongkhapa's mantra, Dorje Shugden's mantra is wonderful to bless your pets with it. Let them hear it, and you can blow on them after you recite it. So it's very good to do that every day for your pets. And if your pets are alive, to do that every day so that they can reincarnate as a spiritual practitioner in their next life. If they have passed away, you can always visualize them or hold a piece of their toys or their clothing or maybe some hair or even their picture. Visualize them and blow the mantra onto their picture or their items. And then wish for them to take good rebirth. All right? So after you recite the mantra, then you go to the final part. I dedicate this supreme heartfelt, then you continue by reading, I dedicate this supreme heartfelt prayer to all-knowing celestial and supreme protector Dorje Shugden, that I may quickly become a being of light, compassion, love, and enlightenment. Okay, and you finish the prayer. Now we're going to do the recitation of the black tea. The recitation of black tea is offering black tea to Dorje Shugden, all the Dharma protectors, Dorje Shugden's entourage of 9 mothers, 8 guiding monks, and 10 youthful and wrathful assistants, and his special secretary, Kachimapo, and his special assistant, Nankapazan. Okay? And also, the black tea includes the protector Setrap, who abides in Dorje Shugden's mandala. On Dorje Shugden's mandala, there's 3 levels. The first level is Dorje Shugden. The upper level is Setrap. The highest level on top is Amitabha Buddha. So in Dorje Shugden's mandala, the highest point, Tse, is Amitabha, the Buddha in Dorje Shugden's mandala. The next level down is Setrap. The next level below that is Dorje Shugden, is entourage. The different levels doesn't represent rank. It represents, not everybody can fit on the first floor, perhaps. Okay, so that's his mandala. Amitabha on the top floor. Next floor down, Setrap. The next floor down is Dorje Shugden, is entourage, and Kachamapo. Okay? Then we offer black tea. If we have a special pressing problem, if we have a special pressing issue, we should offer the black tea very, very well from our heart and request Dorje Shugden's help. So this is how it goes. We bless the black tea by reciting the Cloud Dharani mantra. Now we recite the liturgy for Sirkim or black tea. I have put in here a beautiful little prayer right above the black tea that says, Melody of Unceasing Vajra. And that is a wonderful prayer to Dorje Shugden, written by His Holiness, the 14th Dalai Lama, when he was in Dunkar Monastery. All right? And it's very, very beautiful because at that time, His Holiness was only 16 years old. And he already showed his power, his wisdom, and his ability of composition. In Dunkar Monastery, they had an oracle of Dorje Shugden. The oracle of Dorje Shugden took trance and spoke to Dalai Lama, the 14th Dalai Lama. The Dalai Lama was so impressed and so taken and so moved by what Dorje Shugden had said. Immediately after that audience, the 16-year-old Dalai Lama composed the prayer to Dorje Shugden, which is right here. Okay? So, if you have time, you can recite that prayer, which is called the Melody of Unceasing Vajra, written by the Dalai Lama. If you don't have time, you can skip over it. It's okay also. Now we go to the Sirkim. Okay, we go to the Sirkim. Oma Ahom, Oma Ahom, Oma Ahom. The Sirkim can be black tea, can be milk, can be carbonated drinks. It can be fruit teas, whatever you like to drink yourself. After you're done with it, if you wish to drink it, you can drink it. If you wish to put it in the garden, you can put it in the garden. All right? So this is how you recite the black tea, and we continue doing this. Oma Ahom, Oma Ahom, Ahom, Hong. O Gurus who rain down accumulations of excellence, fulfilling all of our own and others' purposes. And Yidams who bestow all ordinary and supreme attainments. Through this offering, this ambrosial drink which bestows bliss, may you have partaken swiftly and spontaneously accomplish all our wishes. The usual Tibetan will have an empty vessel, and then they'll have a picture, the tea's there, and as you recite the word, the sentence, through offering you this ambrosial drink which bestows bliss, they pour a little. Then the next time they recite that, they pour a little. The next time they recite that, they pour a little, and at the end, it's full. I don't do that. I don't pour a little bit. I just fill it, and it's there, and I ask Dorje Shugden to enjoy it. So you will see here in asterisk, you pour it at the time you recite that line. You don't have to do that. You can just put it in front of you, and you can recite the verses. So you don't actually have to pour it one by one if you don't choose to, or you can pour it one by one till it fills up. Okay? So, Hong. O Gurus who rain down accumulations of excellence, fulfilling our own and others' purposes, and ye Dhammas who bestow all ordinary and supreme attainments. Through offering you this ambrosial drink which bestows bliss, may you, having partaken swiftly and spontaneously, accomplish our wishes. That's number one. That's to all the Gurus and to the Yidams. The next one. All hosts of heroes and dakinis of three places, an ocean of powerful oath-bound Dharma protectors. Through offering you this ambrosial drink which bestows bliss, may you, having partaken, swiftly and spontaneously accomplish our wishes. So the next one that I just read is all the dakinis, dakas and dakinis, and also to the Dharma protectors. All Dharma protectors. The next line is the Dorje Shugden, and especially supreme, super mundane Dhammapala, forcefully powerful, strict and swift Dorje Shugden. Through offering you this ambrosial drink which bestows bliss, may you, having partaken, swiftly and spontaneously accomplish our wishes. We should recite that 3 or 7 times. And especially supreme, super mundane Dhammapala, forcefully powerful, strict and swift Dorje Shugden. Through offering you this ambrosial drink which bestows bliss, may you, having partaken, swiftly and spontaneously accomplish our wishes. And especially supreme, super mundane Dhammapala, forcefully powerful, strict and swift Dorje Shugden. Through offering you this ambrosial drink which bestows bliss, may you, having partaken, swiftly and spontaneously accomplish our wishes. Then you go to the next line, to the different families of Dorje Shugden, which is the peaceful Dorje Shugden, the increased Dorje Shugden, the controlled Dorje Shugden, and the wrathful Dorje Shugden. O 5 families who unobstructedly bestow infinite activities of peace, increased power, and wrath. Through offering you this ambrosial drink which bestows bliss, may you, having partaken, swiftly and spontaneously accomplish our wishes. The next line is offering tea to the entourage, the 9 mothers of Dorje Shugden's entourage, the 8 guardian monks, and the 10 youthful and wrathful assistants. O 9 beautiful consorts, 8 guardian monks, and 10 fierce attendant young guardians, and so forth. Through offering you this ambrosial drink which bestows bliss, may you, having partaken, swiftly and spontaneously accomplish our wishes. The next one is to Setrap. Hri, especially principal guardian of the conqueror's teachings. Setrap Chen, along with your entourage to you. This golden drink, replete with all one could wish, is offered, never waver in your protection. Hri, especially principal guardian of the conqueror's teachings. Setrap Chen, along with your entourage to you. This golden drink, replete with all one could wish, is offered, never waver in your protection. Hri, especially principal guardian of the conqueror's teachings. Setrap Chen, along with your entourage to you. This golden drink, replete with all one could wish, is offered, never waver in your protection. 3 or 7 times. The next one is the attendant of Dorje Shugden, Kachimapo. O extremely fierce Kachimapo, the strict attendant, executioner of those with degenerate samaya. Through offering you this ambrosial drink which bestows bliss, may you, having partaken, swiftly and spontaneously accomplish our wishes. You can recite that once or 3 times. Next one is this drink of fully boiling sirkim, offered to Nagabazin entourage, accepting accomplished yogis' intended purpose, as well as the inconceivable emanations and their emanations. So the last line is offering black tea to all the emanations of Dorje Shugden and their emanations which are countless, as well as to the inconceivable emanations and their emanations. Attendant deities, demons who shape the 3,000 worlds. Demons in this case are highly enlightened beings who manifest in the form of demons to frighten away actual demons. Alright? So they're not demons, they take on that form. It's kind of like Halloween to scare away the real spirits who shake the 3,000 worlds. Through you offering this ambrosial drink, which bestows bliss, may you, having partaken, swiftly and spontaneously accomplish our wishes. Thus, by the force of this offering exhortation, may you grant your activity throughout the 6 time periods, and without wavering, always protect me and care for me like a father for his son. And you, host of wrathful attendants as well, remember your sworn oaths of promise to Lord Dunzin, and accomplish swiftly now, without distraction, whatever activities I have requested. Then your sekhem is finished. And it says in the second line of the last paragraph, remember your sworn oaths of promise to Lord Dunzin. Dorje Shugden's entourage made a promise to Lord Dunzin. Who is Lord Dunzin? Lord Dunzin is Dorje Shugden in the form of a Dharma teacher. Remember, Dorje Shugden was many great teachers in his previous lives. So one of his previous lives was Dunzin Chapa Gensen. So many beings on Dorje Shugden's entourage has promised Dorje Shugden when he was a Lama, when he was in his peaceful form, that they will guard the Buddha's teachings. Then it ends there. Then when you finish all that, so we've done the refuge, we've done generating bodhicitta, shunyata, we've done the 4 immeasurables, then we evoke Dorje Shugden. After we have evoked Dorje Shugden, we have done a little prayer that I have composed to invoke his blessings. Then we do his mantra. Then after his mantra, we did black tea. And once we finished black tea, we're finished. So what you can do now at this point is you can visualize Dorje Shugden dissolve into a golden orb of light, the size of your thumbnail. And this orb of light contains the essence of Manjushri. Manjushri's wisdom, Manjushri's wisdom, compassion. Manjushri's great skillful means. And in fact, it contains all the Buddha's blessings in this orb of light, because Manjushri is inherent in all Buddhas. There is no Buddha without Manjushri energy, without Manjushri. Then this little orb of light, who is Manjushri Dorje Shugden, who is one, dissolves into the crown of your head, goes down your central channel and comes to your heart area, and your mind, which abides in your heart area, and Dorje Shugden becomes one. Then you think very strongly, myself and Manjushri Dorje Shugden have become one. I gain wisdom, good memory, compassion, wisdom, tolerance, effort, asceticism. I gain all the qualities, and they open up my good karma to practice the path to enlightenment. By dissolving Dorje Shugden into me, it triggers and opens up my karma that is latent to practice spirituality, to become enlightened, to benefit others. By dissolving Manjushri Dorje Shugden into my mind stream, it triggers the karma that I have latent, that I have prayed for, dedicated for in previous lives and in this life. It opens those karma to continue my spiritual practice, to become an enlightened being, to be a benefit to others. And you rest in that. And then you can visualize the light growing and surrounding your body like an egg, and your inside is egg. Protected. No black magic, no evil spirit, no negative force or demons, or no power on this earth or beyond or any of the 3 dimensions can penetrate this light of Manjushri Dorje Shugden's wisdom, and you are protected. Sometimes people go to a cemetery, they come back, they feel some negative energies follow them. Sometimes they go to the cemetery alone, they come back, they have friends. Some people, when they're sleeping, they feel something's pressing on them. Some people, they get depressed, they don't know why. Some people, maybe they go to someone's house and there was some problems there, they come back, they feel very down, they feel very bad. Sometimes they go to some areas that are haunted, or some places that have a lot of negative energy, or a lot of killing or wars, or people were hurt, or some disaster had happened. And so a lot of people died there. So there's a lot of negative energy in that area. And if we're sensitive, when we come back, we don't know why we don't feel so good. So when we do this Dorje Shugden practice, and we surround ourselves in his orb of light, we are protected. Nothing can penetrate, and we will be fine. So you can tell every negative force out there, bring it on. Bring it on and do what you want, because nothing can penetrate this force field. You know, has anybody ever watched Star Trek, Star Wars? You know those fabulous ships? They have a force field. Nothing can penetrate, and that their energy is low and penetrates. Well, Dorje Shugden's force field never runs out of energy, and it's very powerful. You know, Darth Vader can come and shoot you, and it won't penetrate. Okay, Darth Vader's your negative mind. Then you might be clever and say, well, if my negative mind's on the outside, how is it going to protect me if I have an orb of light surrounding? Doesn't it trap my negative mind inside? No, the orb of light penetrates you inside out and then burns up your negative mind there. Okay? So that's for the clever people. And then if some of you have, and with the deepest respect, if some of you have some illness or some disease and you're suffering a lot, then you can do this. When Dorje Shugden dissolves into an orb of light, the size of a thumbnail, he goes into the crown of your head and it goes to the place of your illness. Let's say you have some illness at the heart, maybe the liver, maybe your back, maybe your leg. You dissolve that light and you visualize that light. You visualize that light going to the afflicted place and generating a lot of heat and energy there and healing it. And think about that, healing that area, healing, and believe that area is being healed. Along with taking medicine, taking care of your health, and seeing the doctor. Visualize that healing you. And then you finish. If there's a particular person that is having problems or issues or difficulties, you can visualize the orb of light going to them and dissolving into them and healing them, removing their issues, protecting them and blessing them, whether they're alive or dead. All right? We can, something I do is when people ask me for prayers, I usually take their picture and I do some mantras and I put it under a Dorje Shugden statue. So I have a Dorje Shugden statue in my room where I have a see-through container and he sits on that. And there I put pictures of people who have requested prayers, animals have died, people who have passed away, people who are alive, animals who are sick. And I put their pictures inside and I recite my prayers and I ask Dorje Shugden to bless them every single day. The symbology is that they are under Dorje Shugden and protected by him. So we can do that too. Okay? Then after you finish this short prayer, I mean, it's long because I'm explaining it, but it's actually quite short. After you finish this short prayer, we do a dedication. The dedication goes like this. Precious Supreme Bodhi Mind, may it where unborn arise, and where born never decline, but increase forevermore. Precious View of Shunyata, may it where unborn arise, and where born never decline, and increase forevermore. Through this virtue, may I swiftly attain the Guru Buddha state, and place each being and every being. May I place each and every being without exception into that state. May all be auspicious day and night. May all be auspicious, increase both day and night. May all auspicious, let me say that again. May all be auspicious day and night. May auspiciousness increase both day and night, like the sun rising to its highest in the heavens. 3 jewels of refuge, please bless us. That's the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. 3 jewels of refuge, please bestow attainments. May there be auspiciousness of the 3 jewels. And then our puja is done. So that's a very short little puja we can do every single day. That's a short puja we can do every single day. That's a short puja we can do every single day. I think if you do it without my explanations, you just read through it, I think it won't take you more than 20 minutes. I think you, your family, your pets, your loved ones, the people who passed away are worth those 20 minutes. They're worth your attention. They're worth your time. And if the people you love and the both passed away, deceased and alive, and the pets you love, both deceased and alive, and yourself that you should love, if you're worth it, then take 20 minutes out per day and do this puja every single day without a break. It should be like eating. If you don't eat, you can't go another day unless you're fasting, right? It should be like eating. So it's very important that we do this every single day. We can do it for other people. We can do it for people of other religions and send them good energy. Good energy is good energy. Good energy is good energy. Doesn't matter what religion. Okay? The blessings of Dorje Shugden is like gold. There's no Indian gold. There's no Arabic gold. There's no African gold. There's no Chinese gold. There's no American gold. Gold is gold. Gold is the same. Blessing is the same. Okay? And then let me reiterate. You can be any religion you like or no religion to do this puja. Why? Divinity, the divine, the highest of the high, do not have any religion. Those are man-made. Those are labels created by human beings. All humans, no matter what religion, they label themselves, or they don't label themselves any religion, deserve love, compassion, help, blessings, guidance, freedom, and long life, and peace. So you can't be a certain religion, then only you pray to that certain God, and then they help you. That doesn't sound like a God to me. That sounds like something made up by people to control people. So what I believe is divinity, in this case, Dorje Shugden, blesses everyone, no matter what religion you are. Jesus should bless everyone. God should bless everyone. Krishna should bless everyone. Shiva, Brahma, Vishnu should bless everyone, no matter what religion they are, as long as you call out to them. You don't have to be any religion or belong to any religion or subscribe or convert. Divinity is compassionate and open to everyone. It's just that divinity shows different faces to different people at different times. Divinity shows different faces to different people at different times. So we don't need to argue which is the real religion, which is the real divinity. We just follow the one that we feel close to. And that's perfect. Because we have to set our own path. No one can set it for us. All right? So, what incense can you use when you do this? Any incense you have. Any Tibetan incense, herbal incense, Western incense, Wiccan incense. You can use voodoo incense. You can use African incense. You can use smudging incense, American Indian incense, Chinese incense. Whatever incense you want to offer, it's symbolism. All right? Of the smell. What bowl can you use? Do you have to use Tibetan bowls like what I have here? No, you don't. You can use porcelain bowls. You can use antique bowls. You can use gold bowls, silver bowls. You can use, aluminum bowls. You can use, anything you like from your heart. Glass bowls, paper cups, no problem. Let's say you're on a picnic, you want to do puja, Dorje Shugden, you put out paper cups, no problem. Picnic with Dorje Shugden. So, anything you like. Can you put other deities and other gods and other holy beings on your altar? Of course you can. We say this one is Buddhism, this one is Christian, this one is Hindu, this one is Zoroastrian, this one is Jain, this one is Shinto, this one is Zen. We say that. But guess what? If we go up there, they're all having a party together. They're all together. They're all hanging out together. They're actually all one. So can you put other gods on your altar? Sure you can. Sure you can. All right? They won't fight. If they fight, they're not a god. Does the altar have to be in a particular room? Well, it'd be nice if they had their own room or the living room or their own little space. I mean, if you're in your bedroom and you're sleeping at night, you're snoring away. Sometimes you let out some flatulations and sometimes you're nude. Sometimes your nightgown goes up. Sometimes you're doing things, maybe you're watching a movie or screaming. I don't know. You're doing all kinds of things in the bedroom. Maybe it's not very respectful. But if you have no choice, the Buddhas never get angry. It's just creating the awareness of showing respect to enlightened beings. So basically, they can be anywhere except the toilet. All right? Do you need ritual items to do these? Well, if you can learn the ritual items, they do have a purpose. The high lamas use them not because they're bored and they're just twiddling their thumbs and they want to keep their thumbs and fingers occupied during puja or keep them warm in cold weather. They're actually using rituals and doing mudras as the offering to the Buddhas. So if you know the rituals and you need ritual items, you can use them. If you don't have them, it's also okay. All right? Do you need empowerment to do Dorje Shugden's practice? This particular practice I'm showing you, this one that I'm showing you today, you do not need empowerment. You do not need oral transmission. You do not need permission. You can just go ahead and do it. No harm, no negativity will come from it. And you can do it in conjunction with your other practices. You can do it as your only practice. You can do it as your main practice. You can do it as a side practice. Up to you and what you prefer. Everybody is individual and they have their own needs. So you shape this according to your needs. Okay? So I repeat. The practice I'm teaching you today, you do not need initiation or transmission. You do not need any special rituals. You don't need any special permission. You can just do it. Okay? Do you have to set up an altar to do your practice? If you can set up an altar, it's just a nice place for you to do visualization, sit in front of. If you cannot, no problem. And where can you do the puja? You can do it in a park. You can do it, you can recite the mantra on a bus. You can do it you can do it anywhere where it's convenient, that doesn't disturb others. Okay? Earlier, I have given instructions on how to do this daily sadhana of Dorje Shugden that's very short, concise, and not needing any type of rituals or ritual items. This will be in the blog post called New Simplified Daily Prayer to Dorje Shugden. I repeat, New Simplified Daily Prayer to Dorje Shugden. So I'm going to go ahead and recite this daily sadhana to Dorje Shugden that I will not explain anything about from beginning to end. And as you can see, it's quite short and concise and easy to do. It can be attached to your own practice that you already have, or this can be your sole practice. A daily sadhana to Dorje Shugden. A daily sadhana of Dorje Shugden to Dorje Shugden. I take refuge in the Guru. I take refuge in the Buddha. I take refuge in the Dharma. I take refuge in the Sangha. I take refuge in the Guru. I take refuge in the Buddha. I take refuge in the Dharma. I take refuge in the Sangha. I take refuge in the Guru. I take refuge in the Buddha. I take refuge in the Dharma. I take refuge in the Sangha. In the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, until enlightened, I seek refuge. Through giving and other perfections, to aid all, may I become a Buddha. In the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, until enlightened, I seek refuge. Through giving and other perfections, to aid all, may I become a Buddha. In the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, until enlightened, I seek refuge. Through giving and other perfections, to aid all, may I become a Buddha. The four immeasurables. May all sentient beings have happiness and the cause of happiness. May all sentient beings be free of suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings never be parted from the happiness free of suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity free from bias, attachment, and aversion. Praise to Shakyamuni Buddha. O Blessed One, Shakyamuni Buddha, precious treasury of compassion, bestower of supreme inner peace. You who love all beings without exception are the source of happiness and goodness, and you guide us to the liberating path. Your body is a wish-fulfilling jewel, your speech is supreme purifying nectar, and your mind is refuge for all living beings. With folded hands, I turn to you, supreme unchanging friend. I request from the depths of my heart, please give me the light of your wisdom to dispel the darkness of my mind and to heal my mental continuum. Please nourish me with your goodness, that I in turn may nourish all beings with unceasing banquet of delight. Through your compassionate intention, your blessings and virtuous deeds, and my strong wish to rely upon you, may all suffering quickly cease and all happiness and joy be fulfilled. And may the holy Dharma flourish forevermore. The mantra Buddha Shakyamuni, Om Muni Muni Ma Muni Shakyamuni e Soha. 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 Om Moni Moni Ma Moni Shakya Moni 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 Soha. Lama Tsongkhapa's name mantra. Oma A Guru Benza Dara Sumati Kirti Siddhi Hong Hong. Oma A Guru Benza Dara Sumati Kirti Siddhi Hong Hong. Oma A Guru Benza Dara Sumati Kirti Siddhi Hong Hong. Oma A Guru Benza Dara Sumati Kirti Siddhi Hong Hong. Oma A Guru Benza Dara Sumati Kirti Siddhi Hong Hong. Oma A Guru Benza Dara Sumati Kirti Siddhi Hong Hong. Oma A Guru Benza Dara Sumati Kirti Siddhi Hong Hong. Oma A Guru Benza Dara Sumati Kirti Siddhi Hong Hong. Guru Rinpoche's mantra. Oma A Hom, Benza Guru Padma Siddhi Hom. 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 Offering Cloud Dharani, blessing all offerings with the following mantra. Oma Namo Bhagavate Benza Sawa Pamadane Tadagataya Arhate Samayasam Buddhaya Teyada Om Benza Benza Maha Teja Benza Maha Bidya Benza Maha Bodhijita Benza Maha Bodhi Mando Pasam Kramana Benza Sawa Karma Avarane Vishudane Benza Soha. Invoking, taking refuge, generating the bodhicitta, remembering the four immeasurables, praising Lord Buddha, invoking the blessings of Buddha through his mantra, invoking the blessings of Lama Tsongkhapa through his mantra, invoking Guru Rinpoche's blessing through his mantra, blessing all offerings. Now we invoke Dorje Shugden to our presence. Oma Ahom, Oma Ahom, Oma Ahom, Hom. Before myself as the Yidam protector, in the midst of wind-swept dark red fire, on a terrifying magnificent lion, trampling enemies and obstructors on a lotus in the sun, is our supreme heart jewel, Dhammapala, mighty Gyalchen Dorje Shugden, adorned with robes of a monk, on his body wearing the golden dome, on his head, holding razor's sword and enemy heart in his hands, with a manner of delight towards the practitioner, and a fierce expression which destroys enemies and obstructors. He is surrounded by an ocean-like host of retinue, such as chief attendant Kachimapo, rays of light from my heart invite from the natural sphere and the individual palaces wherever they abide, the wisdom beings who in one instant are invited and become inseparable from the commitment beings. Hong. With devotion, I prostrate with body, speech, and mind and make offerings, both outer and inner, with flowers, incense, and light, perfume, food, and sacred substances. Collections of tormas, strong drinks, tea, butter tsampa, milk, and yogurt, actually arranged and mentally visualized, filling the whole of space. Samaya substances, fulfillment substances, basal substances, and mantric substances, outer, inner, and secret, favorite visual objects, and fragrant smoke offerings. With my offerings of these filling space, O entourage, may you be satisfied and restore degenerated commitments. All of our mistaken actions of body, speech, and mind, which have contradicted the mind of the great Dhammapala, we confess from the heart. Quickly purify them and care for us with compassion like a mother for her child. This heartfelt exhortation of you, Supreme Deity, is to spread and increase victorious Losang's tradition, to extend the life and dominion of the glorious Gurus, and to increase the study and practice of the communities of Sangha. Never separated from me like a body in its shadow, may you dispel adverse conditions and obstructors without exception. Accomplish favorable conditions and desires as I wish, and protect and care for me without ever a break. Especially the time has now come to show directly your unobstructed might in quick, decisive, enlightened conduct. Of the four activities to swiftly accomplish our deepest heartfelt desires according to our wishes. The time has come to judge the truth in accord with the law of causality. The time has come to clear the innocent accusations. The time has come to protect the humble who are without a protector. The time has come to nurture Dharma practitioners like your children. In short, from now until attaining essence of enlightenment, since we venerate you as the embodiment of the Guru and protector, may you protect us uninterruptedly with your enlightened activity and watch over us during the 3 periods of the day and 3 of the night. Making offerings, sensory offerings. Omadama pala maharinza benza begawaruja benza gola sabari wara agun pajin pube dube alogi. Yende Nivende Shada Patita Soha. Dama Pala Maharenza Benza Bega Waruja Benza Kula Sabari Wada Oma Ahom. By just recollecting you for an instant, outer and inner obstructions are dispelled. O powerful five families of Gyalchin Shugden, the star of the four activities, to the Dharmapala and his entourage, I bow down. A daily request for wealth, peace, and protection. In the heavens, there are myriad manifestations of the divine. All those manifestations specifically show us different aspects of divinity in order to be of benefit to all living beings. All the Rupakaya forms of the divine have compassion, skillful means, and wisdom. We invoke upon them whether we are happy, sad, down, lost, fulfilled, confused, empty, and during the whole process, during the whole range, the whole process and the whole range of emotions we constantly experience due to the untrained mind. Understanding our nature, great wisdom being Dorje Shugden. Therefore, all the more so, please hold us close to your bosom as an only child to a parent. Hold us close. Through the manifestations of the divine, need no offerings and gifts from us. Though the manifestation of the divine need no offerings and gifts from us, we offer you Supreme Manjushri Dorje Shugden, a libation of tea, incense, and mantras, in order to ask you to bless us, to be a part of our lives, to abide in our dwellings, and to give us signs, omens, and portents of good and bad. When the negative arises, quell them immediately. Please quell them immediately. Please increase the positive for my weary and worn mind as I lay hopes in you. When difficulties, problems, and confusion arise, we ask you, who is but the culmination of all that is powerful, holy, and omniscient, to bless myself, family, loved ones, environment, and even my pets. May I see wisdom, find hope, and may I be at peace. I request you, O divine Bhagawan Dorje Shugden, who wears a round dome hat and 3 robes of a saffron bhikshu, who wields a sword of liberty, justice, and wisdom, and clutches a wish-fulfilling jewel, who rides on a supreme line of subjugation of all that is negative to fulfill my wishes. I understand my wishes may not be the best, so I surrender to your wisdom for the outcome, though it may not be what I have in mind. Please bless myself and everyone that we may enter into the supreme city of liberation. Great Bhagawan Dorje Shugden, I request you sincerely from my heart to be a part of my life, bless my home, and grant me wisdom, solace, and comfort, that I might be of service to others without agenda, and that I may focus out onto others and not be fixated on myself, creating more problems for all that I hold dear. Bless me to become kinder, wiser, more compassionate, tolerant, and very forgiving to all those who hurt and love me. In order to become close to you, Dorje Shugden, we must surrender the banal. We must abandon fixed views, projections, and rigidity. Lastly, in my final moment, when I leave this plane of existence, only the positive actions I have done will matter, as everything and everyone will be left behind. Let me realize this and act upon this now. At this crucial moment, please may I have a vision of yourself, the powerful and merciful Dorje Shugden, to take me to where I may course in the sky to continue my journey of spiritual waxing. I offer you saffron-colored tea and my faith to fulfill my prayers and gain siddhis. By reciting your mantra, may healing, peace, love, long life, protection, and perfect view of shunyata arise. I repeat, I offer you saffron-colored tea and my faith to fulfill my prayers and gain siddhis. By reciting your mantra, may healing, peace, love, long life, protection, and perfect view of shunyata arise. I repeat, and I implore you the 3rd time, I offer you saffron-colored tea and my faith to fulfill my prayers and gain siddhis. By reciting your mantra, may healing, peace, love, long life, protection, and perfect view of shunyata arise. Mantra of fulfillment, peace, and wisdom of the powerful World Peace Protector Dorje Shugden. Om Benza Wiki Bitana Soha. 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 I dedicate this supreme heartfelt prayer to the all-knowing celestial and supreme protector Dorje Shugden, that I may quickly become a being of light, compassion, love, and enlightenment. Offering a libation of tea to Dorje Shugden, etc., their entourage, along with all the three jewels, the gurus, dakas, dakinis, and enlightened Dharma protectors. Oma ahom, Oma ahom, Oma ahom, hong. O gurus who rain down accumulations of excellence, fulfilling our own and others' purposes, and yidams who bestow all ordinary and supreme attainments. Through offering you this ambrosial drink which bestows bliss, may you, having partaken, swiftly and spontaneously accomplish our wishes. All hosts of heroes and dakinis of the three places, an ocean of powerful oath-bound Dharma protectors. Through offering you this ambrosial drink which bestows bliss, may you, having partaken, swiftly and spontaneously accomplish our wishes. And especially Supreme Supermundane Dhammapala, forcefully, powerful, strict, and swift Dorje Shugden. Through offering you this ambrosial drink which bestows bliss, may you, having partaken, swiftly and spontaneously accomplish our wishes. And especially Supreme Supermundane Dhammapala, forcefully powerful, strict, and swift Dorje Shugden. Through offering you this ambrosial drink which bestows bliss, may you, having partaken, swiftly and spontaneously accomplish our wishes. And especially Supreme Supermundane Dhammapala, forcefully powerful, strict, and swift Dorje Shugden. Through offering you this ambrosial drink which bestows bliss, may you, having partaken, swiftly and spontaneously accomplish our wishes. And especially Supreme Supermundane Dhammapala, forcefully powerful, strict, and swift Dorje Shugden. Through offering you this ambrosial drink which bestows bliss, may you, having partaken, swiftly and spontaneously accomplish our wishes. And especially Supreme Supermundane Dhammapala, forcefully powerful, strict, and swift Dorje Shugden. Through offering you this ambrosial drink which bestows bliss, may you, having partaken, swiftly and spontaneously accomplish our wishes. And especially Supreme Supermundane Dhammapala, forcefully powerful, strict, and swift Dorje Shugden. Through offering you this ambrosial drink which bestows bliss, may you, having partaken, swiftly and spontaneously accomplish our wishes. And especially Supreme Supermundane Dhammapala, forcefully powerful, strict, and swift Dorje Shugden. Through offering you this ambrosial drink which bestows bliss, may you, having partaken, swiftly and spontaneously accomplish our wishes. O five families who unobstructedly bestow infinite activities of peace, increased power, and wrath. Through offering you this ambrosial drink which bestows bliss, may you, having partaken, swiftly and spontaneously accomplish our wishes. O nine beautiful consorts, 8 guiding monks, and 10 fierce attendants, young guardians, and so on. Through offering you this ambrosial drink which bestows bliss, may you, having partaken, swiftly and spontaneously accomplish our wishes. Kri, especially principal guardian of the Conqueror's teachings, Setrapchen, along with your entourage. To you, this golden drink, replete with all one could wish, is offered. Never waver in your protection. Kri, especially principal guardian of the Conqueror's teachings, Setrapchen, along with your entourage. To you, this golden drink, replete with all one could wish, is offered. Never waver in your protection. Kri, especially principal guardian of the conqueror's teachings. Sechochen, along with your entourage, to you, this golden drink replete with all one could wish is offered, never waiving your protection, either 3 or 7 times. O extremely fierce Kachimapo, the strict attendant, executioner of those with degenerated samaya. Through offering you this ambrosial drink which bestows bliss, may you, having partaken, swiftly and spontaneously accomplish our wishes. O extremely fierce Kachimapo, the strict attendant, executioner of those with degenerate samaya. Through offering you this ambrosial drink which bestows bliss, may you, having partaken, swiftly and spontaneously accomplish our wishes. O extremely fierce Kachimapo, the strict attendant, executioner of those with degenerated samaya. Through offering you this ambrosial drink which bestows bliss, may you, having partaken, swiftly and spontaneously accomplish our wishes. Vow breakers, heart blood purified like gold. This drink, a fully boiling sikkim, I offer to Nangka Bartsen and entourage, accepting accomplish the yogi's intended purpose. Vow breakers, heart's blood purified like gold. This drink, a fully boiling sikkim, I offer to Nangka Bartsen and entourage, accepting accomplish the yogi's intended purpose. Vow breakers, heart's blood purified like gold. This drink of fully boiling sikkim, I offer to Nangka Bartsen and entourage, accepting accomplish the yogi's intended purpose. As well as the inconceivable emanations and their emanations, attendant deities and demons who shake the 3,000 worlds. Through offering you this ambrosial drink which bestows bliss, may you, having partaken, swiftly and spontaneously accomplish our wishes. Thus, by the force of this offering and exhortation, may you grant your activity throughout the 6 time periods, and without wavering, always protect me and care for me like a father for his son. And you hosts of wrathful attendants as well, remember your sworn oaths of promise to Lord Dunzin, and accomplish swiftly now without distraction whatever activities I have requested. Precious, supreme Bodhi mind, may it, where unborn, arise, and where born never decline, but increase forevermore. Precious view Shunyata, may it, where unborn, arise, and where born never decline, but increase forevermore. Through this virtue, may I swiftly attain Guru Buddha's state and place each and every being without exception in that state. May all be auspicious day and night. May auspiciousness increase both day and night, like the sun rising to its highest in the heavens. 3 jewels of refuge, please bless us. 3 jewels of refuge, please bestow attainments. May there be auspiciousness of the 3 jewels. This concludes the daily sadhana to invoke upon the blessings, protection, and wisdom of Dorje Shugden. Thank you very much.